Well guys, another 200 of Priti Patel's latest imports apparently arrived yesterday, with 88 the day before, 500 over the weekend and 1,000 last week, all after the worthless Rwanda plan was announced. Yes, I'm calling it worthless because that's literally what it is. In fact, I'd actually go as far as to say the whole plan is just soundbites that are there to sound good but really mean nothing at all. Now, as it stands, the media and Tory MPs are saying that people criticising this are lefties when obviously that ain't true. Of course, lefties are moaning about sending migrants anywhere because that's what they do, but they are ignoring the fact that many Tory voters and independents are calling it out as well, just for different reasons. But during his announcement speech, Boris Johnson said about people criticising this plan, saying, "What plan do you have?"
And I say to those who would criticise our plan today, well, we have a plan. What is your alternative?
Well, I can tell him now I do have a plan, and it won't cost hundreds of millions of pounds or take 20 minutes to explain. In fact, it will just take a few moments to explain, which I'll do now. First off, we must remember that no one arriving on a boat is a refugee since they've passed through multiple safe countries to get here. This makes them an economic migrant and nothing more. So that there removes any refugee protection bullshit from the get-go, but also means that France and by extension the EU are actually breaking international law. Yes, it's against international law to allow people to cross into another sovereign country, as you should expect it would be, though the media's not going to tell you that because they love open borders, as you know. So with that out of the way, this is what we do, and it's really bloody simple, I've got to say. My plan would be that we send them back to France or the EU, as they broke international and national laws crossing into the UK, like I said. Now, yes, France and the EU say they won't take them back, which for some would stop this idea dead in the water, but for me it's not even a speed bump and actually makes things easier in my mind. If France and the EU refuse to take back the criminals they are legally allowed to enter this country, we simply grab the Royal Air Force's C-17 and Hercules transport aircraft and some basic parachutes to deal with that. Then, as soon as these people arrive on a boat, we fly these migrants back over the EU and boot them out the back door. Parachute already open, job done. This way, any migrant coming here has spent 5 to 10 grand on a parachute jump and not on trying to con the asylum system into letting them stay. The way I see it is, if France can illegally allow them to cross the channel, we can send them back by literally any means necessary, the same way they're letting them do it. Me, I would parachute them straight back over Europe the same bloody day they arrive, no fucks given, no questions asked. As I said, any migrant arriving here literally paid for a parachute drop into the EU and nothing more. You arrive in the UK on a small boat or in a lorry, you're sent out the back of an aircraft over the EU or even over your own country if possible. Either way, your stay in the UK will last less than a few hours because shit, we don't even need to know your name or where you come from. No paperwork needed. Load them up, take off and send them out the back door when you get over Europe. That is how you stop it, and how you make the EU stop it, let me tell ya. When shitloads of boat wankers are landing outside the European Parliament daily, action might get taken on this issue from over there. Now, obviously, the government we've got now ain't going to do anything like that, but it's what I would do myself. So yes, Boris, I will criticise your plan because it's shit, and I know exactly what I would do. I would stop pussyfooting around and defend the borders, but we already know you won't do that. People can scream it's illegal because last I checked, it's illegal for the EU to allow them to enter the UK, as I said. If they can break international law, then so can we. Now, on top of all that, I also want to shit on the Rwanda plan in general, since the Tories are claiming it's just lefties who do this when it's not. Take the Northern Migrant Processing Centre that I covered last week and holds like 500 people, so not even a day's intake over the summer, and it cost like £100 million to put in place, Boris said. Now, we must remember that this £100 million it's claimed is being spent to lower the multi-million pound per day migrant hotel bill that we've got. But this won't do that and is hardly money well spent when you consider the fact it only holds 500 people. Now yes, it may increase further over time, but we should not forget the fact that the nearby village only has 1,200 residents as it stands and like one shop. Then we have the basic fact that the camp's going to start off holding half the number of people who actually live up there now, which is obviously wrong on every level, because any expansion of that camp will likely mean there's more illegal immigrants in the camp than locals in the village. This cannot be allowed to happen and should not even be a thing, but this corrupt and worthless government won't care because it's not their neighbourhood they're shitting on, is it? So yeah, Great Northern Processing Centre or whatever they called it is a load of wank and nothing more. Up next, we got the plan to send the migrants to Rwanda, which, as I said, I don't care much about, or should I say I didn't, until I found out about the little clause in the deal which sees Rwanda sending its own refugees here. Oh, and these refugees are not just any refugees, no, they'll apparently be sending the ones who suffer mental illnesses and shit like that, because this government is corrupt and useless, like I said. I mean, imagine promoting this plan knowing you have sneaky clauses in it like this which completely defeat the object of sending them in there in the first place, and obviously it's going to piss off Tory voters like I said. I mean, it takes a special sort of scumbag to do that, or should we say it just takes a politician to do it, I guess. Either way, just them 2 points there makes this plan completely shit, so Tory MPs, media and everyone else shut the fuck up about it only being lefties who hate it. Anyone who looks into it can see it's a worthless waste of money that takes the ultimate piss by trading one set of immigrants for another.